vomiting of money. I mean, I would say they're spending like drunken sailors, but that insults drunken sailors. I decided I would build a beach house on the edge of an ocean. My father said, "Are you nuts? It's on the edge of an ocean. Why would you do that?" I said, "But I hear there's something called government flood insurance that will insure me." And sure enough, I built the house. And government insurance, dirt cheap. And there was lots of sand in front of the house, but my father turned out to be right. After spending all the summers in Door County, he noticed what water could do. And sure enough, shortly afterward, the ocean came in and took out my first floor. Government flood insurance paid for it. They paid for it again when it went out. I thank you. I never invited you there, but you paid for my house. Eventually, the whole house went. I won't do it again. I sold the property. But this is the kind of thing government does. There's now $1 trillion in property that they insure. And they want to do more. Now they want to take over health care, too. It's crazy. So what's going to happen? It's foolish to fatal conceit to predict the future. I suspect some form of reform, so-called reform, will pass. Some of Obama's smaller reforms. He'll fix insurance, and that's popular. But I'm frightened of these reforms, too. The president says there must be no discrimination, no cherry picking. It's just not fair. One price for all, community rating. And this sounds good. People like that. It sounds fair. But think about it. That's not insurance. That's government handouts. That's welfare. How would that work for car insurance? That would mean that Lindsay Lohan and I would be charged the same amount. The town drunk would be charged the same amount. For fire insurance, you'd be charged the same if you had a wood house with no smoke detectors than the person with a stone house who did install smoke detectors. Insurance is made useful because it encourages us to behave well. Government now wants to outlaw that. Health insurance could reward people who exercise or diet or don't smoke. But community ratings means one-size-fits-all rules. That'll just make health insurance more expensive. And why are the politicians talking about health insurance all the time anyway? Insurance is no answer. Insurance is the worst form of capitalism. Again, because it's third-party payments. Capitalism works when we spend our own money, when we're vigilant, when we talk to them. That's why there's so much waste in insurance, because insurance companies require all that paperwork because they're afraid some of you are going to cheat. And some of you would. You'd file false claims. So they have to try to protect themselves. And then you and the doctor, you don't care what things cost. You don't even ask what things cost because, hey, my insurance company's paying. People say, well, insurance company has to pay because healthcare is such a necessity. Well, food's a necessity, too. What if you had grocery insurance? How would you behave in the grocery store? You wouldn't care. You'd buy everything. You'd buy the fanciest steaks and expensive omelets. My insurance company's paying 80%. It's a terrible way to pay for things. And then employer-paid health insurance is worse. 4 out of 10 Americans change jobs now every year. Employer insurance locks people into their jobs. That prevents the economy from growing. Wisconsin's legislators make it worse because they mandate stuff that insurance must cover. Chiropractors. $7,000 in drug abuse treatment. TMJ treatments, that's for certain jaw problems. I did a story on the scam artists who enrich themselves from those. You're forced to pay for that in your insurance coverage in Wisconsin. Insurance interferes with the best part of the free market, that give and take. So insurance is a necessary evil. We need it to protect us from the catastrophe, from your house burning down, from the big car accident, from a heart attack or cancer. But now Americans have come to expect medical insurance to pay for everything. No wonder costs go up faster than inflation, because there's just no controls when you expect that. Consumers don't shop around. When I spent years consumer reporting, I was amazed. Go from supermarket to supermarket, customers would compare, trying to save 3 cents in a can of peas. But the price difference between Lipitor and different drugstores or Prozac is huge. It's huge only because consumers don't comparison shop in the same way. Why? Because my insurance company is paying. And the government wants more insurance? That's crazy.